Welcome to this tutorial on number basis. Now, number basis are system of counting, and then we have something like this. You can say base 10, you say 20, base 10. Now, base are written as a what? Subscript. That is what you're seeing here. If it's a superscript, you are going to see it on top here, something like this is a superscript. So bases are written on the word as a subscript. Now then, what then do we mean by base? Like I said, it is a way of what? Counting. We have different bases. We have base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4, base 5, different bases. But the generally used one is the base 10, which I just stated here, and we can call it a decimal base. You get? So that is a system of counting. Now, the other system of counting that is not generally used is the binary system of counting, or binary base, which is the base 2. So the popular used one is base 10, and the non-popular used one is base what? 2. All right. So let's look at, for instance, if you have something that if you ask to subtract 122 from 56, you're going to set it somehow like this, and then what are you going to do? You're going to say 2 minus 6. It cannot go. You borrow 1 here, put it becomes what? 12. But according to your knowledge and your wisdom, do you think that when you add 1 that you borrowed from this one, if you add that 1 to these 2, shouldn't these 2 become 3? Why is it 12 here? That is because the system of counting we are using is on base 10. So what we borrowed here is not 1. Although we borrowed 1 from 2, but that number is regarded as what? 10. Because what we are counting is under what? Base 10. So that when you now borrow 10 from 2, which is 1, and put in 2, it becomes what? 12. Now 12 minus 6, like that, is going to give us what? 6. Now what is still remaining here is what? 1. You also borrow 1 from 1 here and put here. It becomes what? 11 instead of what? 2. So now when this 11 minus 2, sorry, when this 11 minus this 5, what are we going to have? We're still going to have what? 6. So do you see the answer is what? 66. Now, assuming, like you have seen now, we are counting under what? Base what? 10. So assuming what you are doing here, they say that these numbers are in base 5. What is going to happen if they are in base 5? Once 2 cannot minus 6, you borrow 1 here. The one you borrowed here becomes what? Becomes 5. That is, if these numbers are in base 5, like I've just put it here. If you borrow 5 and put here, it becomes what? 7. 7 minus 6 is going to give us what? It's going to give us 1. What is remaining here? 1. You borrow on that 1 from 1 and put in that 1. That one you borrowed, because this number is under base 5. That number you borrowed is 5. So 5 plus that 1 is 6. The 6 now minus 5 is going to give us what? 1. You see, our answer here have changed to be what? 11. Under what? Base what? Base 5. All right, so here we are not digging into more in addition and subtraction of number bases. We want to look at conversion processes. So the first one we're going to look at here is converting from base 10 to other bases. All right. So we want to convert base 10 to other bases. First question from Jamb question number 1 says, write the decimal number. Write decimal number 29 to base 2. It says, why the what? Decimal number 21 to base 2. And here we have options. The option we have here are option A, we are given 10011, B, we are 10. So here, ask to what? Write the decimal number 29 to base 2. So what do we mean by decimal? I told you that base 10 could also be referred as what? Decimal number. Base 16 is better at what? Hexadecimal. Base 16 is better at what? Hexadecimal. All right. So base the decimal number 29 means that this number is in what? Base 10. So we need to convert it to what? Base 2. Now to convert a number from base 10 to base 2, we need to do it division. We need to keep dividing this number using the what? The base we are given. All right, so let's do that over here. So we are given 29. What you're going to do, you're going to use 2 and keep on dividing until nothing can be able to divide again. So now 2 divided by 29. All right, 2 divided by 29, what is going to give you? First of all, you're going to say 2 times what is going to give you a 20 something that maybe or will be 29. So let's say 2 times 14 is going to give us what? 28. All right. So there's how many 2 in 29? There's 14 2 in 29, but it's still remaining what? Remaining 1, because 2 times 14 will give us 28 remainder what? 1. Now 2 divided by 4 going to give us what? 7 remainder nothing, remainder 0. I'm using what? Division. You could also use how many times can 2 go into what? 14. 2 can go into 14 7 times. That is why I'm using division. You get? How many times can 2 go into 29? It can go into 29 14 times, and then it still remains what? 1. That is this remainder 1. So 2 can go into 14 7 times, and it will have no what? Remainder, which is the 0. So we can now say how many times can 2 go into 7? How many times can 2 go into 7? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have first 2, second 2, and third 2, remainder what? 1. So we have 2 can go into what? 7 remainder what? And it will remain what? 1. Or you could say 2 divided by 7 is going to give us 1. 3 remainder what? 1. Now how many times can 2 go into 3? 2 can go into 3 1 times. That is, if you have 3, only what? This is 1, 2, 3. First 2, remainder what? 1. So it will remain what? 1. Now 2 go into 1. 2, how many times can 2 go into 1? 2 can go into 1 is 0 times. 2 cannot go into 1, and then it will remainder what? 1. Now after you've done this, you pick your answer upward in this form. From this place upward. So picking from here upward, we have what? 1 1 1 0 1. That is what? Base what? 2. So we have converted from what? The decimal number, which is what? Base 10. I told you, to what? Base 2. And what is the option that this answer is? This answer is on what? Option C. So here we are correct. Now let's look at the next question on the conversion of base 10 to other bases. We are going to do from other bases to base 10 as we finish the next question. So now, from same Jamb question, we have changed 71 base 10 to base what? To base 8. Change 71 base 10 to base 8. Now the options that was given here is option A. We have 107 base 8. We have 106 base 8, and we have 71 base 8, and we have 17 base 8. So converting 71 base 10 to a base 8, a number in base 8. So we are going to change it. So how to change it, you know? So we're going to put what? The 71 that is in base 10, and we keep dividing what? With 8, or looking for how many times 8 goes into what? 71. So how many times did 8 go into 71? In this case, on number base, you should know how your multiplication table. Remember that 8 times 8 is what? 64. I get it. So 8 times 9, 64 plus 9. You're going to give us what? You're going to give us 72. You're going to give us 72 instead of 70 what? 1. So it means that 8 that is inside 71 are 8. And those 8 is to still remain what? It is still remain what? 7. So we have 8 inside what? 8. Remainder what? 7. Or you can say 8 divided by what? 71 will give us what? 8 and it will remainder what? 1. Or you can say 8 times 8 will give us what? 64. But is this still remaining? Yes, it is remaining how many? 71 minus 64 is going to give us what? 7 minus 1 is going to give us what? 7 minus 64. Let's do it in this form. The number cluster. Borrow 1, 11. 11 minus 4 is going to give us what? 7. We have what here? 6. Now 6 minus 8, 6 is going to give us what? 0. You see? So we are going to have what? 0, 7 means what? Just what? 7. So if it remains 7, it means that 8 goes into what? 71, 8 times, and remainder what? 1. Now, how many times we still use 8 again? How many times does 8 goes into 8? 8 goes into 8 how many times? Just 1 time. And it remains what? Nothing, which is 0. Also, how many times, you are not going to stop until this number here becomes what? 0. How many times does 8 goes into 1? 8 goes into 1, no time. So it goes into 0 times. And then this 1 is still going to what? Remain. So at this point, we stop. Now we pick our answer from bottom to what? Upward. Here we have 101. 101 is what? 8. Now where can you see it in the option? 101. Sorry, I made a mistake. 8 remainder what? 7. Sorry, 8 remainder 7 is what's supposed to have 107. 107. And that is in what? Option number what? A. Now I want you to try this other question. Let me know on the comment section, not just you watching me solving. Try this one. Let me know the answer on the comment section. After that, we're going to change the conversion process. It says solve this one. Convert 27 base 10 to another number in base what? In base 3. So you have to convert what? Convert 27 base 10 to another number in what? Base what? Base 3. So option that was given is option A. If you check, you'll see if you solve it correctly. Option A that was given here is 1000 base 3. Option B 1001 base 3. Option C 1010 base 3. And option D is 1100 base 3. This is also a JAMB question. So copy this, solve, let me know answer in the comment section. Now we're going to move from the conversion process. All right. We're going to move from the conversion process. Now we are going into converting a number in other base to base 10. Converting a number in other base to base 10. All right, so now those numbers are going to be in base 8 or base from 1 to any base, and then you have to convert it back to what? Base 10. You get? Now the first question from UTME says convert 312 in base 5. Sorry, yes. Convert 312 in base 5. All right, this is 321 in base 5 to a number in base 10. To a number in base 10. So I'm not going to put the option so we have enough space. Now, to convert a number that is in other base back to base 10, it is a different thing from dividing it. We are going to multiply it, or we are going to do a multiple multiplication here using the base. All right. Now, before we are going to do this, we are going to align the graduation of this from units, tens, hundred, thousand, thousand of hundred, and so on and so forth, depending on how many values we have. So we have 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. We could have 0, 1, and 2. That is if you are taking it to what? Base what? Base 10. And we have a what? A 5, which is the base that it was initially in. So what is going to happen here is that we are going to use this number now to multiply by this 5, raise it to the power of the individual values we have here. So for now, we are starting from what? The highest base 10 or decimal number, which is what? 3. Is under what? 100. You get. So now, why do we use 2 over here? And why do we use 0 over here? And why do we use 1 over here? If you want to get 10, because this is under what? 1, 10. 1 and what? 0 is 10. 2, 1, 0 is what? 100. It means 10 could be written as what? 10 raised to power, or 10 raised to power what? 1, which is what? 10 times what? Nothing. You get? We give it what? 10 raised to power 1. That is why we put 10 raised to power 1 here. Now what about this one? This one is 100. 100 could be written as what? 10 times what? 10, which is equals to what? 10 raised to power what? 2. That is why we put this one here to the power what? 2. And it is in under what? 10. Base 10 under what? 100. Do you get the fact? So we continue now to convert from this under base 5 to what? Base 10. So we're going to use this 3, multiply by this base, and then raise it to the power of the number decimal we have here. So this is what? 3 times 5. Sorry, 3 times 5 raised to power what? 2. We add it to what? 2 now times what? 5 raised to power what? 1. And then we add it plus what? 1 times what? 5 all raised to power what? 0. Now we continue with working what is in the bracket, so that 3 times 5 raised to power 2 means 5 times 5 going to give us what? 25. Plus 2 times 5 raised to power 1 is 5. And plus 1 times 5 raised to power 0. 5 raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. You get now 1 times what? 1. Alright, now we're going to what? Multiply before what? Add. 3 multiplied by what? 25. 25 is 50. 25 again is what? 75. We have 75 plus 2 times 5 is what? 10 plus 2. Now we add everything together. What are we going to have? 25 plus 10 is going to give us 85. 85 plus 2 is going to give us 80 what? 7. We have what? 87 here. And this 87 is under what? Under base what? 10. So we have converted from 3 to 1 under base 5 to what? 87 under what? Base what? Base 10. Now the next question, hope you understand. The next question here we are going to solve says if S base 10 is equals to 1, 2, 1, 4 base 5, find S. So if you have a number like this, S base 10 equals 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 4 base 5, find what? S. What can we do here? What can we do here? Now if you look closely, you're going to see that this one is in base 10 and it is equals to this number. But this number now is in what? Base what? 5. So it means that if we can be able to change this number here to base 10. Now since this is under base 10, when it is equals to another base 10, it means that those values that are under those base 10 are going to be what? Equal, because of this what? Equality sign here. So what we need to do is that you will convert this side to what the base here is. So from base 5 now, we convert to what? Base 10. If it is equal, it means that S is going to be equal to what we have converted to what? Base 10 from this what? Base 5. So hence, we are going to convert this part over here. So converting this 1 to 1, 4. What are we going to do first? We're going to align the what? Numbers, powers, which is what? 0, 1, 2, and what? 3. They are on what? Base 5. So we start with multiplying. We have 1 here, multiplied by 5 raised to the power what? 3. And then we have what again? We have plus 2 times 5 raised to the power on it, which is what? 2. We also have plus 1 times 5 raised to the power what? 1. This is 1 times 5 to the power what? 1. We have now 4 plus 4 times what? 5 raised to the power what? 0. So when we work this out, we find out that no need of making the long multiplication again. So we just say 5 raised to the power 3 is going to give us what? 27. You get? Alright, so it's not 27, sorry. 5 times 3 is going to give us what? 5 times 5, 25. 25 times 5 is 100 and what? 125. So 125 times 1 is going to give us what? 125. Alright? Plus 5 raised to the power 2 means 5 times 5 is what? 25. 25 times 2 is what? 50. Plus 5 raised to the power 1 is 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 5 raised to the power 0. Anything raised to the power 0, any number raised to the power 0 is 1. Now that 1 now times 4 is going to give us 4. Alright? Alright, so we have to add everything together. Adding all this together, we're going to have what? 125 plus 50 is going to give us 175. 175 plus 5 is going to give us 180. 180 plus 4 is going to give us 184. We're having what? 184. And because we have converted from 5 using these multiplications, it is under what? Base what? 10. So this number here, we can now write it as S now 10 equals what? This number that is converted to base 10 will now be written as what? 184 under what? Base 10. Now look at what I'm saying. Since these numbers are equal and here is in base 10, if this is in base 10, it means that this S must also be what? Equal to what? What this number here is. So that S now, therefore, S is equals to what? S is equals to 184. That is the value of what? Value of S. Now I want you to try this other question. Hope you understand. If you don't understand, let me know in the comment section. If you have any way that you want me to throw right on, or any question you have, you don't know how you solve it on a number base, let me know. So the next question, I want you to solve it. If S base 10 is equals to 23 base 5, I want you to find S. So find S. The other question that I gave you, let it be question number A, and this other question, let it be what? Question number B. So you write A is equals to the other one, and then this one you write B is equals on the comment section. So when you do this, I'm not going to give you option. What is going to be your answer? Let me know in the comment section. So here we are going to stop. Now I want you to know something. There is a difference between when you see this question on your past question. There's a difference between this question now and this other question. Maybe you have something like this: 25 to the base n equals to 23. Let me say equals to 1, 2, 3 base 5. Now there's a difference between this question here and this question. This we have it in what? Another base. We have it on an unknown base. If you have to find, and notice that this n here, we don't know what the base, and this one here, we don't know what. We know the base of this one, but we don't know the base of. So the approach of this one is not the same thing with what this one. Here you just need to convert this number here to base 10. It's going to be equals to what? S. But here, what you need to do is you need to convert this number here to a base 10. You also convert this number here to a base what? A base 10. You get, if you convert it to a base 10, then this n here is going to be under what? Just like you're having something like I don't want to solve it. You have something like 2s plus 5s plus 2 equals to something, let me say 131. So it's going to, what you're going to arrive at is number like this. You're going to add 2s plus 2, 5s, you're going to give us 7s, and then 2 is going to cross over, become minus 2, and what you're going to have here is what? 7s. Is it 7s? Yes, you want to have what? 7s. So looking for s now, you divide by what? 7, and you divide by what? So whatever you get here, that's the value of it. That is how you're going to solve this. You convert this to base 10, convert this to base 10. But we're going to look at that on our next video. All right. So on our next video, in this video, we have done with converting from a number to a base 10 and a base 10 to what? Another base. In our next video, we're going to look at how to convert number in decimal. So this is the first video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And then we are having an online class, online tutorial. I forgot to say this before I started this video. If you want to join this mathematics online class, WhatsApp me on 081-539-57022. That is, on this class, you're going to learn everything about mathematics on your fingertips. And then if you're in another country, you consider adding in +234, my WhatsApp number. That is what you're seeing on the board. Thank you, and don't forget, let me see you answer in the comment section. Bye bye.